Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala Rasulihil Kareem. Excellencies, my fellow speakers, distinguished guests, and dear audience, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to be the part of this august gathering, which is being held to express our solidarity with people of Palestine and also to express our thanks to three important countries, Palestine, South Africa, and Iran. We are not honoring or felicitating just some individuals, not even some countries, but we are celebrating the ideals for which they are firmly standing. These are the very ideals we all cherish. Yet, tragically, they have become the first casualties of global power politics. To stand firm for these principles, it is not just diplomatic act, it is an act of heroism. So I express my sincere thanks and greetings to His Excellency Ambassador of Iran, Ambassador of South Africa, who will be joining us shortly, and Ambassador of Palestine. The Palestinian resistance is not merely a national movement. It is the last living barrier against the global imperial design to dominate the Middle East and subjugate the entire global South. What we witness in Gaza is not an isolated war. It is part of a deliberate strategy of destabilization to control the sovereign countries, to silence the resistance, and redraw the borders to serve the ambitions of a very cruel empire. So it is not just a place. Gaza is not just a place. It's a principle that declares dignity is non-negotiable, even under siege. So as already briefed by many earlier speakers, what we are witnessing in Gaza is one of the worst genocides of recorded human history. More than 100,000 people killed, majority of whom are innocent civilians, children, women, relief workers, 70% displaced, children bombed while queuing for bread, hospitals turned to rubble, and yet the silence of global powers is deafening. This is not, let me make this point, that this is not the failure of intelligence. This is not the failure of just politics or diplomacy. This is the failure of conscience. It is the failure of humanity. It is the failure of the conscience of whole humanity. Gaza has become the epicenter of global conscience today. Supporting Palestine is not charity, it's a moral obligation, a historical responsibility, and a civilizational test. Palestine today is a mirror in which every nation, particularly every nation of the global South, can examine itself. Just as colonialism looted our lands, today economic sanctions and military threats replace direct rule. Just as apartheid ruled South Africa, Today, a new apartheid suppresses Palestinians in the name of security and self-defense. So, dear brothers and sisters, if Palestine falls, it sends a message to every oppressed nation that resistance is futile. But if Palestine rises, it tells the world that freedom is possible, human rights are possible. So it is in this backdrop that the principled stances taken by Iran and South Africa gain historical significance. We salute Iran, which despite decades of pressure and isolation, continues to stand resolutely with the Palestinian people, even when doing so comes at immense cost. We applaud South Africa, the nation that once conquered apartheid, for its courageous legal battle at the International Court of Justice, challenging genocide when others justified. So when legality is manipulated and humanity ignored, moral clarity becomes the highest form of leadership. We reaffirm our unwavering support to the resilient people of Palestine, whose sacrifices have become a beacon of dignity for humanity. The sacrifices of Palestine, the steadfastness of Iran, and the moral courage of South Africa, all these three things have benefited not only their own people, but all of humanity. I think three benefits are very significant and they need to be noted. Number one, they formed a living barrier against the aggressive, imperialist, and capitalist project to control the global South. Number two, they have unmasked the double standards of world powers, those who speak of freedom while practicing racism, who decry terrorism while supporting it, and who bomb nations under the pretext of weapons of mass destruction. And three, they have generated a wave of global awareness and sympathy for the oppressed and against the machinery of colonialism, apartheid, and expansionism. I also express my concern for the stand that our government, India, has taken. India has a proud legacy of standing with the oppressed, from opposing apartheid to supporting the Palestinian cause at the United Nations. So we respectfully urge our government to draw from this anti-imperialist, anti-colonialist legacy and let our voice be guided not by political calculation, but by our constitutional values and our civilizational ethos. Neutrality in the face of genocide is not diplomacy. It is a missed opportunity to stand on the right side of history. Along with India, it is the responsibility of the entire global South that it must rise, not just as a political bloc, but as a moral force, united in its demand for justice, dignity, and peace. So let this gathering not remain ceremonial. Let it be the beginning of a renewed global commitment. Let us break the silence. Let us raise this voice in our parliament, in our press, in our classrooms, in our streets, in every part of our public sphere. And let us support resistance through all lawful means. Let us strengthen people-to-people solidarity with Palestine and all oppressed communities. And more importantly, that is very important today, that let us challenge false narratives that demonize resistance and glorify occupation, glorify cruelties, glorify racism, and let us demand justice and accountability through international legal forums and public pressure. So in honoring the ambassadors of Palestine, Iran, and South Africa, we reaffirm our shared commitment to resistance over submission, conscience over complicity, and truth over tyranny. So may our solidarity bring comfort to the oppressed, may our unity become our strength, and may Al-Quds soon, inshallah, breathe free under skies of justice, peace, and dignity. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.